Welcome back to the In the Clinic podcast with Rob. And if you are looking to find the way to get positive to accomplish all of your goals for 2024, this is the podcast video for you. Yes, we're getting into it. In the Clinic with Rob, we're attacking 2024 as though it's the year of the great change for you, for an individual that wants to improve your health, your wellness, your fitness, your nutrition. You want to have the Quan, as our guy Rod Tidwell said, and Jerry Maguire, I want the Quan. If that sounds like you, this is the podcast definitely for you. I am Rob Sumner. I'm owner of Sumner Specialized Physical Therapy and Specialized Strength Fitness. And truly what I'm here to do is to help make your life better by giving you the best related to health, wellness, fitness, and anything that might also entertain you. So overall, we're kicking off 2024 right now. We're having a fantastic year. We've put all of our pillars in place. We've already set our goals as a company of how we want to change the community for good and the people that want to make the most of their health and wellness. So let's get fired up and let's get started, because today I'm really giving you multiple ways that you can start adding positivity to your life. Now, what does that have to do with your goals? What does positivity have to do with your goals? Well, positivity truly is the foundation of how you can spring forward in your life. And the best way I could put it is hope floats. Remember that movie? Sandra Bullock was a good one. Hope floats. It's what keeps us moving forward. It's what lets us get up in the morning and try and make more of ourselves, make more of our business and work, our family. It's what we put forward in our lives to truly get the most. So for individuals, positivity is not always strong. We all know that individual in our lives that struggles with a level of positivity. We all know that individual in our life that we're thinking, I might not want to visit them or give them a call or pick up their phone call because, man, I'm feeling in a good mood and I don't want them to bring me down. Because positivity or negative feelings, they're all contagious. And you know this because when you walk into a room, it can change based on one person that comes in. Sometimes it is a life force where people bring energy into a room and they create positivity and people are feeling awesome. And then you have other people that when they walk in, it is a whole change in vibe. There's a whole difference in energy. But how does that relate to our goals? How does that relate to ourselves? Well, by having a positive mindset, it not only helps your health, but it helps you achieve great things. I mean, if you look at just the benefits of being positive, there's a ton of benefits from individuals that have a positive makeup, positive mindset, that they have decreased risk of heart disease, stroke, certain cancers, infection, respiratory diseases. But also there's other great benefits that have been found of being positive. People that have an upbeat mindset have a better quality of life. They have higher energy levels. They have better psychological health. They get sick less. They get less diseases, less depression. They have better stress management, better coping skills. Overall, they live longer. So what is it about positivity that really helps? Positivity is really the springboard that allows you to achieve great things in your life. It's not only hope. It's our ability to create consistency and discipline in our life. I read a great book called Make Your Bed. It was by an admiral in the Navy. And it really was a speech that he gave on, it was either some type of graduation, that talked about making your bed. And then he spearheaded that into a book. And the book's not very long, but the whole premise is that by making your bed in the morning, you're doing a couple things. One, you're controlling things that you can control. And that's really important because anxiety comes from us trying to control things that are in the future that haven't even helped yet. We're worrying about what's going on, and we can't control them. But making your bed, we can control every day. By making your bed, you've already accomplished one simple task already. You've already proven to yourself that you can accomplish things. It already sparks a level of positivity inside of you. You start advancing forward in your life. That's essential. That is absolutely essential, because that creates positive momentum for you to be able to accomplish other great tasks. Maybe you want to be a better father. Maybe you want to be a better mother. Maybe you want to be a better coworker. Maybe you want to be a better human. Well, how are you going to do that? You're going to do it by creating momentum. And having a positive mindset is some of the greatest momentum that you can have. If you look at two individuals that are in the exact same circumstances, I was just talking with a patient who is a nurse for many years. And she said it was very interesting because individuals can have just a dire circumstance on their deathbed, and they have such a level of positivity that's enjoyable to be around them. And you have another individual that's not even close to dying, that truly, they're not disenfranchised that much, but they're so negative and toxic about it that it ruins their ability to enjoy their life. So if you look at the contrast of these two things, it really comes down to the mindset and how they respond to the circumstance. So why do some people respond positively to the same circumstance, even though it's negative news to them? Why are some people able to internalize it and some people aren't? So here's what I know. You're looking to advance yourself in your life in 2024. You're trying to hit some type of wellness goals, family goals, spiritual goals. You're looking to accomplish some type of professional goals, finance goals, other. How we do anything is how we do everything. So by setting specific goals and then measuring them, it gives you the best chance to move forward and accomplish them. So before you get into truly attacking every goal, my challenge to you is develop a mindset of positivity. And I'm not talking about this toxic positivity that people are talking about where, in any circumstance, no matter what, you're supposed to be positive. And the positivity is the deterrent from people's healing that allows them to truly have remorse or mourn. It's not what I'm talking about. When my father-in-law died 5 years ago, I don't know how positive I could be. It was hard. It was a struggle. It was one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in my life. So to have somebody try and put a positive spin on that circumstance was a challenge. But I'm really not talking about toxic positivity. What I'm talking about is how we can create a mindset that allows us to accomplish things we want into our life because it serves us. We want to do the things in our life that serve us well. And the best way to get there is by creating a mindset of positivity. And the reason that this is important is because we all have that voice in our head. We have that voice in our head that wants to make us comfortable. It's that voice in our head that wants to keep us in the same place. It's that voice in our head that never wants us to really get outside of normal. Because your brain overall, its job is not to make you happy. Its job is to keep you alive. So if it can keep you alive one more day, it's done its job. It does not care if you're happy or fulfilled in your life. So your brain itself is just responding to all of the feedback it's getting. And on top of it, the majority of the processes in your body are on autopilot. Your brain doesn't control them. They're autonomic. They have hormonal influences. They have reflex neurological influences. They just run on their own. So since they run on their own, you don't control them, and your brain doesn't control them. So with that, you have a body that runs on its own, that you don't have conscious control over, and you have a mind that tries to only keep you comfortable and only wants you to stay in one position. Doesn't want you to get outside of comfort. Just wants you to make it one more day. So you have to train your mind. You have to ignore it. You have to train your mind to block off those extra voices that tell you to stay comfortable. Because comfort does not equal happiness. It doesn't. Comfort does not equal happiness. And you see it all the time because in America, we've got some of the most comfortable lifestyles ever. We have heat we could turn on with a flip of a switch. We have air conditioning in the summer. We've got concrete everywhere. We've got food in abundance. We've got jobs everywhere. We have everything that people in human history worried about in abundance. We have it to the point where we can worry about things that aren't even significant, that we can complain about things that only the affluent were able to complain about in the past. And what has it made us? Depressed, anxious, sad, unhappy. But that's because we're comfortable. So we have to develop a process where our body and our mind do what you want it to do. And that means we have to get out of our comfort zone. And the best way to do that first is to start creating a lifestyle of positivity, having a positive mindset. So what I'm going to go through is give you some tips on how to create a positive mindset. And the first one I want to give you is focusing on the good. You know, you look at Jocko, who has a podcast out, former Navy SEAL, and he talked about how anytime somebody would bring in bad news in the military he would always respond with good. Good. And the reason he did that is because good meant now he's tested. Now it's an opportunity to overcome. Now it's a chance to get better and improve. So having things go wrong was actually good. It created discomfort. Now there's an opportunity for growth, whether it's for him, his business, or his servicemen. So focus on the good. Even in challenging situations, a lot of the obstacles are just a part of life. And we truly don't know what the meaning of those are until we can look in hindsight. Because true meaning can never be understood in the present moment. It can only be interpreted in hindsight. And the longer we live, sometimes that meaning changes. So if you look at, you didn't make the basketball team. And you might be devastated, you might be upset, but what if the basketball team got in a car wreck and didn't make it? Or what if you did make the basketball team and you sat on the bench and didn't play all year, or you tore your ACL? So you can't always understand what good looks like. You just have to decide that in each circumstance, you're just going to find the positive in it. It's the only thing you can control. Number 2, practicing gratitude. The best way to create positivity is to practice gratitude. There's a couple ways you can do this. One, just acknowledge it every single day. Acknowledge the fact that you're grateful for certain things in your life. People that you're grateful for. By waking up every morning and expressing what you're grateful for, going to bed and writing down. So creating a gratitude journal. Something that you can go back to and look at and say, yeah, I had a really tough day today and it sucked, but you go and you read through all the people or the things or the opportunities that you're thankful for. And by doing that, it elevates your mood. Because gratitude is a great serum for negativity. It's really hard to be grateful and negative at the same time. Other ways that we can improve our positivity is some people can do it through humor. Now, for me, I don't always make the best choices, and I use humor a little too often. And when you do it around funerals, timing can be essential. So I don't always get the laughs I want when I make my jokes at funerals or related to death. So those ones are hard for me, but everything else I usually can find some bit of a small joke in it. But open yourself up to humor. Allow yourself to find laughter, find the funny in everything, because it helps lower stress, it helps lower anxiety, it helps lower depression overall. So look for the humor in things. You know, another way to start creating positivity in your life is, in order to change your circumstance, the best way to do it is change your environment. So who you're around and their mindset affects yours. So surround yourself with a bunch of positive people. By doing that, it uplifts you. Put yourself around a bunch of grateful people. People that are grateful are more joyful. They're relaxed. They're appreciative. We see it all the time that people that like to complain, they seek out other people that will complain with them. And it builds and builds and builds this ball of negativity that, as it rolls downhill, it just continues to generate a bigger ball of negativity. So the key is spend more time with people that are positive. Seek them out. You know who they are. You could write them down right now and isolate who the most positive people in your life, and then seek them. Spend time with them. Another way that you can start improving your overall positive mindset for 2024 is practice positive self-talk. Now, again, we have that voice in our head. I like to call it the governor. That's something that David Goggins had brought out. And you have that little voice in your head that always wants to keep you comfortable and keep you in the same spot, and always wants to make you second guess yourself. And when that little voice comes out, it's not always nice. It hits you at your most vulnerable areas. So the key is you have to outwork your self-doubt. And one of the best ways to do that is to create positive self-talk. You got to put the work in by talking positively about yourself. And that doesn't mean you just say, I'm going to dunk today. I'm going to dunk today. Well, I don't really see myself ever dunking unless the hoop is lowered really low. But I can talk about myself positively, that, you know what, I'm a guy that likes people, and I'm a guy that likes to bring joy to other people's lives, and that's what I'm going to do today. Just like I did yesterday. Find the joy in other people's lives. Here we go. That simple little mantra helps identify who I am and how I define happiness, and allows me to move forward to bring joy to others, because I know by bringing joy to others, it will bring joy to my life. And the last one I have for you is start every day with some level of a positive note. Before you truly get on with your day, maybe while you're making coffee, maybe you're taking a shower or other, find something positive to start with. I mentioned earlier about making your bed. That's just something positive that you can start on your own, but it doesn't have to just be that. It could be, every morning I'm going to make some breakfast for my family. Positive note. I'm going to give. It could be, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to text or call somebody I love. Tell them what they mean to me. Gratitude plus a positive note. But if you find your ability to create a positive note to start each day, it snowballs again into more positivity. So the key overall is seek that. Seek positivity, especially in 2024 as we move forward. Start seeking out opportunities for positivity. Start practicing positivity. Because again, we want you to hit your goals. We want you to be a better human. And how do you improve your health, your wellness, your fitness, your mindset, you have to change in order to change. You have to change what you're doing and the way that you do it in order to change. And the best way that I'm going to challenge you right now is start changing yourself to create a positive mindset. Look at any circumstance you're in and find positivity in it. Start your day with positivity. Work through gratitude. Use gratitude as a way to maintain positivity. Create a gratitude journal that you can go back to anytime that you're feeling down or low. Start every day with a positive outcome. Making your bed. Sending a text to a friend, somebody that you haven't talked to in a while. Use humor in times where you're feeling down. Because that's the real key that you're shooting for. 2024 can be your best year. And the best way you can start is by creating a culture of positivity within yourself. Be the person that you want your best friend to be. Be the person that you want your spouse to be. Be the person that you want your dad to be. And be that for the people around you. And the best way to do it is start creating a mindset of positivity. It's something that you can control. It's something that you can change. And it's something that with work, just like everything, just like lifting weights, you do enough of the reps, of creating positivity in your life, it's going to happen. Whatever you're searching for, you will find. So search for the right stuff. Start creating positivity in your life with the tips that I gave you today, and see how your goals will compound over and over and over in time, solely based on one simple change. They became a more positive, influential person for not just your life, but for other people's lives. So again, thank you for listening to the In the Clinic podcast with Rob. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with somebody else. That's the best way that we could spread the message of positivity to others, is go ahead and just send this to somebody else. And if you like it as well, hit the subscribe button, and we got more coming for you for 2024. All in all, enjoy the day, go get strong, and continue to find positivity in your life.